So what's time there, Ganeshan, now in USA?
7:30.
Morning. Okay, cool.
Give me a minute, Ganeshan, because the PowerPoint file went above the normal size.
Mm-hmm.
So was not able to.
But I'm seeing 2 times, Sohail, you're this thing. Are you logged in twice?
No.
In fact, 3 I'm saying. Ganeshan, any idea why it is appearing 3 times?
Are you folks sharing the panelist link to all? I think how many panelists are there? Like Sohail link has been shared with a couple of people.
Okay. So because you gave me that link, so I thought
You cannot.
I shared that.
You're not.
I can. Okay.
Yeah, you cannot share that link
So,
actually. You have to because it will. Anyway.
Okay. So how do we move forward with this? If I cannot share the link, do I need to give them a new link?
No, I can make them as a panelist. If you want them to speak, you can tell me the name. They can join as
there are two more speakers actually who will be participating in live demo.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we'll give you the name and email ID.
Why ask them to join as an attendee using the same link, and then give me the name, and I will enable them as a panelist.
Got it. Okay.
Team, did you
so
get
that their name will come in. Otherwise, it's confusing. So many Sohail.
Yeah, exactly.
Team, did you understand? Please join as with your names, and what do you call it? He will make you the panelist. Ganeshan will make you the panelist, please.
Okay, sure. My name is Sohail Sheikh. So we should.
No, you can chat. You can put it in the chat window once you join. I will enable you as a panelist.
So on the question answer type.
Yeah, on the chat.
No.
Chat.
Please disconnect from this right now, and then join as a attendee, and then post a message in the chat window that you want to be you are going to be a speaker and you want to be a panelist.
Okay, sure.
Audience, just wait for a few more minutes. We are taking some time to get the people ready for the presentation.
Not a problem.
No, we are already having some 66 participants. So one more Sohail is there, the panelist.
Yeah. He's a speaker, one of the speaker.
Yeah. So, no. I'm sorry. I'm talking about additional Sohail.
Yeah, there are two Sohail. One Sohail Chogle and one Sohail
Sheikh.
No, but Sohail Sheikh, the name comes here, Sohail Abdul Rahman.
Yeah. So there's a bit confusion, but 2 Sohails are there, so it's okay.
Venu, who is Venu here? Venu is one of the speaker?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Welcome, Thirukumaran. Thanks for joining, and thanks for bringing a lot of your audience too. I really
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it. This webinar is specialized one in collaboration with the New Horizon College of Engineering, Bangalore, and also several other people also joining as part of this webinar.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for collaborating with us.
Yeah, we have people internationally here, and it's going to be a real good, technology-driven webinar for next 45 to 50 minutes.
And also, I welcome all the panelists for this program, and also welcome the speakers on behalf of our New Horizon College of Engineering, Bangalore. Thank you, sir.
I'm still wondering who is Venu here. Venu is actually communicating through the chat window saying, joined as attendee. I don't know who is he. Venu. Okay.
I think he's one of the participant. I think so.
Yeah, participant or a speaker. But
no, Venu is not a speaker.
Yeah, the speakers have to put in a chat window, their name, so that I can just. It takes only 1 second to make them as a panelist. Did they join it?
Yeah. So, Sohail, who are the speakers from your side? Can you explain, please? I think one.
We are also live at YouTube channel. I'm pasting that information right now. You can also welcome to join through the YouTube and probably spread it across so that many people can join easily. Okay. No, see here. Suhail Abdul Rahman to panelist. He's asking, make me as a panelist. He's already a panelist here. I think people don't understand the YouTube stuff. I mean, Zoom stuff here. Who is Suhail, you have already a panelist role.
Actually, that's me, the Sohail Sheikh. I am a speaker from.
Yeah, but you should log out as a Suhail Abdul Rahman and then log in as a panelist. I mean, log in as an attendee and then post a chat message.
Just a second.
Or if you want, let's continue with that. I'm not going to. Last minute it is actually we need to really get started the webinar. Audience, just wait for 1 more minute actually. Hopefully we'll get started.
Hello.
Yeah.
Everybody is good to go.
Who is this?
Suhail over here. Suhail.
Yeah, Sohail, you have another Sohail. Is that okay with you? There are 2 Sohails in panelists.
I do not know why, because I got disconnected 1 minute ago. So who is this Suhail? Another one I do not know.
Can I remove that other Sohail?
Yeah, please remove.
Okay, you are still there, Sohail?
Yes, I'm still there. Are you able to hear me?
Oh, again, this other Sohail came. Hold on. Are you there, Sohail, still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I think we are good to go. I think let's get started. In interest of timing, we'll have to make the audience very entertaining and, okay. Thanks for joining on the weekend, and really appreciate it. the collaborating. I mean, we are collaborating with New Horizon College of Engineering, Bangalore, and also many other people joined worldwide. And this is going to be a 60 minutes, a complete, the technology-driven webinar. And I'm going to record this, the session, and also we are available over the YouTube channel, Open Power Space AI Space Virtual University. If you type in Google, you will get the link. And as part of this webinar, I have Mr. Suhail Abdul Rahman, a data scientist professional with 27 years of experience, and he's a high performing information technology professional with last 10 years in BI data science projects, lifecycle management from conception to completion, a kind of a, I would say, like concept to solution kind of, a leader. And in this webinar, Mr. Sohail will demonstrate about AI chatbot using Watson Assistant and NLU of the customer's manual, extractions of questions with questions from the customer manual using Watson Discovery. It's going to be a kind of a technical presentation, and also we will have a demonstration, real-time demonstration about IBM's the systems, the power systems, the capabilities. Mr. Sohail, please go ahead and start your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ganesh. Just to let you know, other colleagues are also there, Salim Rafiq, Sohail Sheikh, and Rashid Sayed. Salim Rafiq is AI consultant. Sohail Sheikh is also an AI consultant. Rashid Sayed is senior infrastructure consultant with us. And like in today's presentation, Salim Rafiq and Sohail Sheikh are part of KS Kernelsphere, and Rashid Sayed is a senior consultant in GBM. Just to give you an introduction, who all might be participating in question and answer sessions and in the live demo. Okay, so to start with, basically, I work for a company called Kernelsphere. Why my screen is? Can anybody see my screen?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Oh yeah. Okay. We are basically a leading IT solutions and service provider in India, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Middle East, basically. And our main focus is data science, IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning. And we are basically, working with GBM. We are working with them as their IT or AI lab, basically. And what basically we are in multiple countries, and we have done too many what do you call workable uh, jobs for GBM, uh, because we don't have direct clients. They are our client and they have their clients. Okay, and because of definitely because of NDA, we will not be able to tell you the client names, but we will show you what we have done for them. Okay, by white labeling their things, and we'll move forward that way. Uh, what we have done, basically, we have worked on various technologies of IBM, Visual Insights, okay, Watson Assistant, Watson Discovery. Okay, we have worked on in medical sectors, airline sectors, retail merchandiser, road transport authorities, utility company. Okay, we help enterprise in their journey of intelligent digital transformation. Basically, we work with computer visions, we work with NLP, NLU, we work with what do you call language translators, we work with YOLO models, we work with these kind of, TensorFlow, and we use Python extensively to link all these things. Okay, we make our custom models and we put it in Watson, IBM Watson, and Watson Discovery. Okay, so these are things that we do. So I'll come to each one of them slowly now. Medical sector, what we had done is we had made a doctor app, an application called Doctor App. Okay, which can determine breast cancer. From there are two ways we did that. Okay, one was a normal computer vision. Doctor marks the cancer part, and a database is built, and on that database we do the machine learning, or we train the data, and then we do the prediction on it. And another way was getting all the information about the patient, their blood levels, their all their diagnostics regarding their bloods, their what call uh, different radiology tests and stuff like that. And uh, by doing that, we created a database of all these features, and we trained it to basically predict breast cancer and uh, things like that. But again, on just by scanning a simple X-ray and feeding it and training it, we were able to detect multiple diseases like typhoid, like tuberculosis and stuff like that. Okay, but this all what we did was till a POC stage. Okay, but we proved that using such a application, okay, you can detect any number of diseases with a single scan of an X-ray. Okay, airline sector basically, there are many things regarding airline sector and regarding airports. Okay, we have done an unidentified object detection. Okay, we used various tools in that. Okay, uh, and drone securities also, I'll come to that. In that, what we did was, we uh, if a person leaves a baggage and moves away a certain distance, okay, we were able to track it, and we were able to say that now this has become an unattended baggage. Okay, so these were the things, and the tools that were used to do is uh, visual. Earlier it was called Power AI Vision. Now it is called IBM Visual Insights. Okay, this product of IBM we used to train the data, to test the data, train the data, and then do the prediction. Okay, so I can show you a video of it. Just let me check if it is here. 1 minute. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Just 1 minute. I have to shift the file. Okay. Basically, this is a part where the person who has left the baggage and gone, and red box is created around it. This was done using visual insights. Okay, and what do you call uh, like unidentified object was detected with that. So I was thinking, hoping that it was a video, but it is not. And similarly, okay, dangerous weapons detection. Was also done through visual insights. Okay, and we trained the data to detect the gun. Okay, so when any person or any camera feed or a video feed would come with this object getting detected, we would raise an alarm. And you can imagine that this can be extended to anything. For example, even if there is some fire somewhere, you can detect that fire as an object, okay, and raise an alarm. So you just by a simple camera with a certain level of resolution, of course, and that will give you, identifying the object. Then this is an X-ray that is passed through airport security and stuff like that. And if you see, uh, all these objects that are passing through are getting detected. Okay, this is also again done through visual insights, and we have labeled it that this is a gun, this is a razor blade, this is a star blade, and things like that, and it is able to detect it instantly. Okay, and it can create an alert that even if generally the customs guys or the security guys, if they are looking here and there when they're checking the bag, and if they miss it, it will be difficult. It will not be possible for AI to miss it. Okay, so in between also, if you have questions, please ask. I want this session to be interactive. Okay, so this is what we have done in visual insights. I'm going back and forth because certain things I added to my slide in the last moment. Okay, so I'm going on a slide on enterprise AI. Okay, right now, and then I will move forward with my Watson discovery and Watson assistant, this thing. Basically, what has happened is uh, the artificial intelligence that has been basically transforming our businesses in many ways. Okay, because it has a capability to learn and work at a much faster pace. For example, if I want to have a report of something, okay, uh, that is there in my database, and I'm sitting in a board of director meeting or something like that. We have developed an application along with RPA, robotics process automation, okay, which can translate just your speech to text, okay, and it doesn't have to be the same language that is there of in which the database is there. For example, I can ask in Arabic, though my database and the data isn't there in English, it will be fetched, and it will be what you call translated in Arabic and given to me. Okay, I'm saying Arabic because we cater to the Middle East region. Okay, it can be even if you're sitting in France and your database is in English, you can do the same. I'll show you the demo on that. Okay, so basically, and AI works faster if this was given to a report designer. He will take few hours or sometime days to design a report and give it back and so on and so forth. But using AI, we can automate end to end. We do not have to be dependent on any human being to do any part of it. Okay, from database access to converting it to text to and querying it, everything can be fully automated. Okay, using AI. Basically, AI has a lot of potential for transformation, but what happens is the challenges are that unavailability of required tools, or because of lack of knowledge on how these tools can effectively work. Like for example, when we earlier used to look at IBM Watson and IBM Discovery, we used to think, oh, what is this, like initial our attempts to use IBM Watson and IBM Watson Discovery and IBM Watson Assistant, we used to think, oh, it is a big failure. It cannot do anything. This that we used to come up with these kind of comments, but we tried and tried, and then we basically mastered those tools. Okay, and we came to know that they have immense capability. Basically, for example, I'll come to that example also. for a utility company, we sort of what do you call, read the drawings, and we extracted the data from the drawings. And on one end, and on the other end, we performed NLU and NLP, natural language understanding and natural language processing. We used of Watson Discovery to basically get the right questions for this particular drawing to be asked and validate them. Okay, it's a very complicated thing. I'll show you with the help of a diagram. Okay, and definitely what happens is, say for example, one company has implemented such a solution. It is not necessary that same solution will work for you, because it is every company, every enterprise has their unique business problems, has their unique data. Okay, it is like a DNA of a person data. So basically what happens is, if you try to put the same solution which you have implemented somewhere else, it will not work out. Okay, you have to get into the data, and you have to get into uh, the understanding of the data, and then you can apply AI on it, and you can apply basically the parameters required for you to become successful. Okay, so for example, IBM offers IBM data inference framework, which basically unlocks the full potential of AI. And also, like, this was used by Oxford Cancer Biomarkers, okay, which did the diagnostic with help of AI technologies and computer vision. Again, computer vision here, they have used visual insights as well. Okay, so this is regarding the enterprise AI. And now, like, what IBM is also offering the lately is that all the top machines, AIX and other power AI machines, they have integrated AI technologies into their
Sohail, what happened? Sohail?
Hello.
Oh, yeah, Sohail, please go ahead.
I got disconnected, I guess. Give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, you have to be on the good network anyway. Please go ahead.
Uh, I have two backups that I'm using. Okay, I'm sorry. So, uh, yeah, basically, now I'm moving to my next slide. So I was talking to you about IBM hardware servers. They now provide built-in what do you call, infrastructure to do AI ML things without having to uh, install and think of how this is going to be compatible with AIX or not, without having to worry about that, and power servers, and whether this power server will be able to help us in doing machine learning and these things. These worries have been taken out by IBM. They have basically integrated ML and AI libraries into their servers and operating systems. So moving forward, this is what I had shown you earlier. Okay. Okay, the utility company that I was talking about, we used IBM Visual Insights, we used IBM Discovery, we used Python, we used GraphDB, we used YOLO, and we also wrote certain custom algorithms to do things. I'll explain you in detail now. The next diagram, if you see this diagram, okay, this is a diagram of a electrical layout of certain villas. Okay, and you can see there are 9.3 kilowatt, 19.41 kilowatt, 15.89 kilowatt. Now basically this drawing is submitted by a consultant to the utility company, saying that this is the layout and this is how we are going to work, and so on and so forth. And they also submit that all this getting collected together. Okay, all this is getting collected together, and at some point it is showing the total demand. Okay, if you can see over here, this diagram, the below thing. But we have to actually verify this, that this is happening. Okay, so to do that, what we do is that we analyze this diagram, we sum these things up, and we check in the rule book, okay, that what should be there. And to look into the rule book, what we have done is we have put all the rules and what you call all their rules and regulations into Watson Discovery to basically understand it, okay, for us. And of course, we did a lot of machine learning training on it. But I'm just trying to show you the full potential of Watson Discovery. Is that we were able to frame questions on how, like, for example, for this particular diagram. Okay, I will just take a step back. How does this process start? What happens is that the utility company tells the consultants, the civil engineers and the consultants, electrical engineers, to submit a drawing in which they need to basically say that these are the wattages, power requirements that are there. And for this, we need to put the utility company needs to put basically a substation of this much size, or the power available in that area has to be of this much size for these power requirements that are shown in the diagram. Okay, it cannot exceed that. So, and this rule is being written in one of the manuals, that this should be there, that the substation of this particular area should have this much this thing that is already written in their manuals. Now what happens is that in the manual, through Watson Discovery, we discover what rules are to be applied to this drawing. Okay, and then by extracting the data from these drawings, we basically make sure that it is satisfying that requirement. Is that clear? Do you have any questions on this? Because I know this is a little hard to grasp. I will show you the extraction of questions later on. I'm just showing you that this is the data that gets extracted and that gets validated at a other part of the AI. Anybody, any questions on this? Okay, I'll go to the next diagram. Okay, here, if you see that there is an electrical 11 kilowatt hour electrical cable that is there. Okay, now again, here also in Watson Discovery, there are rules laid out, like there should be a gap of at least 1 meter between the electrical cable and the pipeline. Okay, so we read the drawings and we read the data, and we basically kind of correlate all these values, this value of 11 kilowatt with this and we determine them as an object. That's why, if you remember, we have used GraphDB. What we have done is we have we have basically mapped them as objects, and we understand them as objects. Okay, and these objects have these values. Like, for example, the electrical cable is laid out here, and it is at a distance of, say, 2 meters from the water line, which is 225 water pipeline. Okay, for example. So now, uh, in the rule book, it is written that at least there should be a 1 meter gap between a water line and a electrical cable line. So we will validate this drawing according to that rule. We also take into consideration what rule is to be applied to to this kind of drawing. There are different types of drawing they are classified into. Okay, when the consultant submits the drawing is read and understood, and objects are created at one end, and at the other end, which rules are to be applied to this particular drawings are created, and what validations are to be done. That thing is created, and once that thing is created, then we look at this data and see that whether it is validated or not. If it is not validated, this drawing gets rejected or it gets accepted. No red alerts are generated. Say for example, if this distance, the rule was the distance should be 3 meter and this is 2 meter gap it is showing over here, then we would have basically we would have failed or rejected this drawing, and we would have marked over here that this particular data is problematic and send back to the review engineer. Okay, and then ultimately he will take the decision, but what do you call, the heavy lifting is done all by AI, extracting the data, looking at it, comparing which rule is to be applied and all that. This will save at least like for example, an engineer would do this job in 2 to 3 days. Okay, one engineer would do this job looking into which rule, not just this drawing, because this is part of a whole drawing, but one job that comes to them, they take around 2 to 4 days to do it, and this AI can finish it within a matter of an hour or even less than that. Okay, for them, that adds value to this. And plus human intervention is made very limited in this. And we have applied this in one of our client cases. Okay, and now like Watson Assistant is basically, you can use chatbots. Why do we need chatbots? Basically, this is the best way to basically interact with the client. Okay, with your client, if the like for example, I told you an example of Arabic to English translation, and even French to English translation and English to French translation I talked about earlier. When we do this, okay, what happens is, irrespective of what is the language of the end user, you will be able to understand his needs, and you will be able to provide solutions to his requirements. Okay, Watson Assistant has many features. Okay, you can build a simple dialogue builder. You can have a pre-built. Uh, Basically, Watson Assistant is already having what do you call? Uh, it is already packaged with customer care, banking, insurance, telcos, utilities, e-commerce, and chit chat content. Okay, it has bit of natural language understanding. Okay, and what do you call, you can also build your own models and fit it with Watson Assistant, and you can what do you call, move like you can have your custom models of natural language understanding and things like that. Okay, it currently supports 13 languages. One of my panelists, can you confirm, is French or Spanish one of them? If any one of my panelists can confirm this, because I have worked on Arabic and English, it works perfectly fine.
Yes, it's confirmed that we can work on French and Spanish language also.
Okay. Okay. What other languages are there in 13 languages?
There are many languages. Like for example, so we can use a language translator also, and Spanish. Spanish is the Chinese language. French,
Okay.
Dutch, German. You can use
Okay.
all this language.
Okay. 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 So majority languages are covered. Okay. In this 13 languages, and moving forward, IBM will definitely add more languages to it to have its coverage more. Okay. what happens is there are many features like Watson Assistant basically identifies the topic, what you are discussing, and starts querying in the background to get the data and take the next steps. For example, to open a bank account, you might have uh, used that voice activated services. Whenever you call, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, and press 3 for that. In fact, you might just want to tell them that please you know uh, stop my credit card or close my credit card immediately because it is lost, or my credit card is lost. To say this, you have to go through so many steps. If it was an AI enabled chatbot, okay, it would understand that, and it would directly take you there, rather than wasting your time in giving those options, and you might be desperate to do that. And these kind of benefits are there in terms of using AI. You don't uh, basically beat around the bush. You directly go and hit the ground. Like, for example, if I want to buy a shoe, and I'm just talking to a customer care about the size and things like that, I don't have to worry about uh, uh, what do you call uh, looking at clothes, or what do you want, or things like that. Whenever I just type, I want the shoes of this type, it is going to talk to me regarding that, and it is going to uh, uh, what do you call give me answers relevant to my subject, rather than taking me here and there. I will show you a demo on that as well. Okay. And to build an, basically, you're not limited to any particular technology. You can build in anything. You can use Flutter, you can use Node.js, you can use anything on I mean to say, to build a AI chatbot. Okay, the front end can be anything, and it can be integrated with your uh, websites or whatever technology you're currently using. We will leverage that, and basically uh, Watson Assistant can connect through the APIs that it is exposing. Okay, so uh, everything, like even PHP, C Sharp, Java, JavaScript, Node.js, AngularJS, React, everything uses APIs in the backend, and you can easily connect with that. Okay, and it has two flavors. Basically, you can deploy it on cloud, any cloud. It doesn't need to be IBM cloud. It can be deployed to AWS cloud, Google cloud, Azure cloud, or any other custom cloud, or even on your premise, or even any private cloud. Okay, and as you know, it is built on Red Hat, so OpenShift platform is it can use the OpenShift platform, and you can use Kubernetes to scale up and scale down. Okay, these are the basically some of the features that you get with Watson Assistant. This is IBM Cloud Function. Basically, this is part of IBM Cloud. Okay, they have specific functions, okay, which you can use it, and this is kind of you know leveraging the cloud part, wherein you pay for the time you use. Okay, when it is down, you don't pay anything, or you don't have to worry about even scaling up or scaling down, and it is very easily uh, integrated with via REST API. These are some of the features. Okay, uh, now these are what you call the development that I was talking about. This is a slide for that. You can use Swift, Java, Python, Ruby, Go, PHP, .NET, any language, Docker. Okay, IBM Watson language translator. This is what I was talking about when I said French to English to French, and Arabic to this one. This is again an IBM technology that we used to basically make our customers happy to, because we don't have to worry about what language the query is coming in. We are dynamically the query is getting converted to English, and we are able to reply back to them in their language, in the customer's language. Okay, this is just you know a feature list of language translation. Okay, you own your data. You have you can customize your translation based on your unique terminologies as well. You can basically even uh, build your own models in, or customize your models inside in Watson language translator as well. Okay, now coming back to demoing the use case, I will first demo the chatbot, and in the end, I will demo that part where you extract questions from the data and relevant answers from the data, and which you can use it for like I showed you earlier an example for validation of what is to be validated and stuff like that. Uh, just hold on. Sorry, I missed something here. Sorry. This is the Watson. Earlier, I talked about Watson uh, Assistant. Now I'm talking about Watson Discovery. Okay. It is basically these are the features of Watson Discovery. I'll explain you this and hand it over to my colleague Salim. I'll just cut this short to basically Salim so that he can start the demo for AI. We'll start a demo for the chatbot, and next I'll come to the demo of Watson Discovery. Okay. Having
Yes.
said this, Salim, can you take over?
Oh, yes, sir. Now I'll share my screen. Uh,
Share your screen.
yeah, I'm sharing it now. Okay. Now is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Now first I'll start with the flowchart of the Angular chatbot that we have made. As Soil Chogle has already explained, that we have made projects for many utility companies. Here, for the demo purpose, we have made an AI chatbot using Watson Assistant and Angular. This demo is called Rent a Car Demo, since here we will be conversing with the AI chatbot about renting a car. Here you can see in that external part, this is called the front end part. Here it can either be web app or mobile app. Say for example, for web app it can be Angular, Django, or anything, and for example of the mobile app it can be Flutter, etc. Okay, but for this demo we have used Angular as our front end and Node.js as our backend language. Again, for programming languages, you can use any language in the backend. Say, for example, Python, Java, Node, .NET, PHP, etc. Okay. Now, user in the from the start, the user will start speaking, or it can either speak the message or type the message on the front end of the Angular. Okay. Then this message it can be in any language. Let's say, for example, Mandarin, Chinese, Spanish, Hindi, French, or Russian, etc. But however, for the demo which I am about to show you, it was prepared for the Middle East. Middle East. We have only prepared the demo of two languages, that is English and Arabic. Okay. Now, when the Angular gets the input message from the user, then it invokes the cloud function. Here you can see this is the cloud function called IBM Cloud Part. I'll say some speak few words about the IBM Cloud function. This IBM Cloud service is highly secure, cost effective, and can easily be integrated with devices like Alexa, Google Assistant, or Echo Dot, etc. Okay. Now we say that it is highly secure since this service cannot be accessed without authorization. It requires API ID and API key to access the service. Okay, and we say that it is cost effective because you only pay when you are using the services, and you pay no cost if no memory is being used. Okay, now we will come back to the flow. The input.
நேற்று சேகர் பேசினாங்க அது என்ன
Sorry,
கேட்போமா இல்ல
pardon.
இல்ல அப்படிலாம் நீங்க சொன்னா எப்படிங்க
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you clearly. Should I continue?
I'm sorry. Yeah, please continue.
Okay, okay. When the input text message is provided from the REST Angular from the Angular via REST API to the cloud function. Okay, then the cloud function here the cloud function can be developed in a Docker container and by using any runtime as shown by Soil Chogle, for example Python, .NET, Java, Swift, PHP, or etc. Then the same input text is given as a param to the Watson language translator. If the input message is in any language other than English, then it is converted into English before providing it forward to the Watson assistant. Okay, and if the input message is in English language, it is directly provided to the Watson assistant. Now, this action gets response from Watson assistant in a very simple JSON format, which is easily readable via REST API to the Angular frontend. This JSON is then converted back into a simple message format by using Node.js and provided back to the as a reply to the response to the message input message of the user via Angular frontend. Okay, now I'll start with the demo. This was the flow that I'm about to show you. Now I'll start with the demo. Okay, this is the Watson Angular chatbot. Yeah, as I've already told before, it is a rent-a-car demo app. So we'll be conversing with in two languages, that is English and Arabic. First, we will start our conversation in English. Now, as I click on the button Ask Watson Chatbot, the conversation window will appear, and here we can start conversing with our chatbot. Now I say that as soon as I type I need a car, I'll get the response back from the chatbot. What day do you need a car? And I'll continue chatting with the chatbot depending on my requirement. Now it's confirming all the requirements that I've chosen. Now that's it. Now it says when confirmed, it says unfortunately I don't really have any cars since this is a demo chat. Okay, now we have already conversed in English. Now we will try our same conversation by in Arabic language. Okay. Now we'll have the same conversation with the chatbot, but only the language will be Arabic. See, the first message that I've said, I will just to confirm the language that we are using. It says Ahtaja Sayaratan. I'll show you it when I type I need a car. That's the message I get. So it is converting properly. Now I'll continue. Okay, now it's confirming. And that's it for the Arabic part. Now, another feature of our chatbot is that we can change the language while conversing with the chatbot. We can change the language of the conversation mid conversation. In the mid conversation, we can change the language. Okay, I'll show you the same clip for the same. I'll start conversing with the chatbot, AI chatbot in English, and depending on the language of the input that I am giving, I'll get the response back in the same language. Now you can see that when I typed in English, I got the response back in English, and when I typed the message in Arabic, I got the response back in Arabic. Now, as I've already said before, we can not only type the message but also speak our message. Yeah. When I say, yeah, on Friday. When I speak the message, I'll get the text back as well as the audio response from the chatbot.
Can everybody hear that part? Can everybody hear what
The
was
bot
said by the chatbot?
the bot volume is low actually. Bot volume is low, but we can hear Salim.
Okay, then I'll continue.
Okay.
Sports car.
The
Red.
volume is very low, but yeah, we're not able to hear properly.
Yes, please. Okay, now this was the English conversation. Now we're moving on to the Arabic conversation. I hope the sound there will be.
تحتاج سيارة.
في أي يوم تحتاج سيارة؟
يوم الخميس.
أي وقت يوم الخميس تريد أن تكون السيارة جاهزة؟
Sir, is it audible now?
Yeah, it's audible, but you have to speak a little louder. That's all it is.
Okay, fine.
بعد الظهر.
ما نوع السيارة التي تحبها؟
أحمر والسريعون.
طيب يوجد تأكيد تريد سيارة رياضية حمراء في 10 من يونيو 2021 في الساعة 12 ظهرا، هل هذا صحيح؟
نعم من فضلك.
لسوء الحظ أنا لا عندي حقا أي سيارات، هذه دردشة بي.
So that's it for the Arabic part, and that's all from my side. Now I'll get back to the Soil Chocolate. You may please continue.
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing my screen.
Yeah. Next is our colleague Suhail Sheikh. He's going to show us the Watson discovery trick.
Yeah, hello, am I audible?
Yeah. Kindly share your screen.
Just sharing my screen, just a second. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Talking about Watson discovery, so I'll give you a brief descriptions about Watson discovery, what it is. It's like an AI search tools that retrieves the specific answers of your questions while analyzing your trends and it will give a relationship between enterprise data. So Watson Assistant like it have a built-in model of machine learning. It includes natural language understanding and processing capabilities, and can easily to get trained to your domain. So like other Watson Assistant also, it can deploy on your cloud premises, on your cloud, on any environment. So these are the features of Watson Cloud, Watson Discovery. So you can do smart document understanding, like you can visually label your documents and allow the Watson Discovery to train itself. So passage retrieval is there, so you can contain the pinpoints passage whenever you ask the question, it will retrieve your answer, and you can train your Watson Assistant also, Watson Discovery. You can train your query also. One more thing is that you can features of discovery is that you can also deploy on cloud data park. You can do content mining, like you can do text analyst, the relations, you can find the relationships, you can do content intelligence, like the you can contract your voice, you can purchase the orders, like what in cloud data park. You can classify the labels also in cloud data park or Watson Discovery. So these are the benefits of Watson Discovery. Like anyone can learn Watson Discovery. No need to have a deep learning of coding and all. So you can connect to your database and you can deploy anywhere. So I will show you a short demo of Watson. So you have to create an instance in IBM Cloud. You have to log in and you have to launch the Watson Discovery there. And you can have a project. So I've uploaded a one project of samples. So when you go to samples, when you click on sample, it just take a time. So if in the overview, you can configure your data over here. There are three fields that identify fields, manage fields, and enrichment fields. So the data you uploaded, it will shown over here, and you can see that you can label your document according to your choice. So these are the labels. So I've marked these are the labels of this. So actually, what we want is like a question answer type. So these are the definitions part. These are the answers part. So I've marked the accessory as a definition, active power as accessory, active power as a question, and this is the answers I want. So this is the manage fields. Like when you identify the fields, you will get the manage fields over here. So which fields do you want? So you can enable that, and you can improve your result by splitting your documents as of your choice by using fields. So I've splitted the documents using answers. So let's go to query part. There are three types of query. So let's build a natural language understanding query, and let's build a query let what is bunched. So if you execute this query, we'll get the result over here in summary part and in JSON format also. So we'll apply a JSON format, because in JSON format you'll get the best answers. So this is the questions that I identify. In identify field, that bunch is my question and this is my answer. So you get the answer, perfect answer of in this. And you can train also, you can also can train your results, like this is, you can add a natural language query like what is bunch. If you click add over here, so you'll get your question will be get added feed. Then you have to rate your result, like what this is my relevant answer of bunched. What is bunched? This is my relevant answer. This is not my relevant answer. This is not my relevant answer. If you go back, so the Watson will start learning itself, and you can feed a thousands of documents and you can get deep answers. So it's very quite easy and quite effective to find out the relevant answers of yourself. So
Okay,
that's
here
it.
I would just like to add something to what Sohail Sheikh is saying. Basically, because due to certain NDA conditions, we were not going to uh, exactly expose the customer this thing. So I'm just telling you in general what we did. This similar technique we used to extract the questions from the documents of our client, okay, and based on those questions, okay, we did the validation part that I showed you earlier, that the water line should be, for example, uh, 2 meters or 3 meters away from the electricity line. Okay, that question was also extracted from this document, as similar to what was extracted by Suhail Sheikh by saying what is bunched. Okay, the similar type of questions: how much distance is safe for between an electrical line and a water line. This question was extracted from the document, and uh, and it was and the answer was taken from it. Like for example, it was 1 meter, and then compared to the data that was there in the electrical drawing, and we came to a conclusion that it is a valid drawing because the answer was 1 meter. Is did this make sense to you guys, or you have doubts in this? Anybody?
So,
If
Sohail,
okay,
no, Sohail, I
yeah,
have one question for you. How
yeah, yeah.
the people can get access to this and try it out?
To try it out,
Yeah.
yeah. IBM Cloud is giving you free trials, right?
Okay. Yeah. Can you point out to the audience, what is a site where they can go and register and try out the Watson?
Yeah. Sohail Sheikh, can you just give the link
In the
or share the link?
chat box, if you could put it.
Yeah, chat box. Just put
Yeah,
the chat box
you
in the
can
chat box. Put
you
the link.
can okay, I'll share the link on the. You can use a light plan. So I've used the light plan also. So anybody can use. So I'll share the link of IBM Cloud login. So you can create
They
your
can.
own instance of Watson Assistant, Watson Discovery.
And I will be very honest that there is a little bit of learning curve. I'm not saying that it is there's no learning curve here, but to be very honest, that very small hurdle, if you cross it, you can do amazing things with Watson Discovery and Watson Assistant.
Yeah. uh, Mr. Tirukumaran and Mr. Vincent, any questions on this? See, there is an opportunity to try out, and if they are successful, it will be good. They can start working with Watson directly.
Is there anything about Watson IoT platform? So I want to know.
Watson IoT, Watson IoT platform. To be very honest, we were focused on Watson Discovery, Watson this one, and as far as we know, that Visual Insights has gone as part of IoT package now. Earlier, it was outside the Visual Insight, that the thing with which we detected the guns and we detected the objects. Okay, that has gone out from Power Vision. It has gone to IoT. Uh, Here, Rashid Sayed can help us in that. He's from GBM.
Yes, yes, you're right. So IBM had a software Power AI Vision. Now it has been moved to Maximo portfolio, and it is used for IoT purpose, for detection
Yeah.
objects and all other IoT requirement. So
So, so he's asking for Watson IoT. Can you do you have any insights on that? Or
Watson
to be
IoT,
very on, yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm just ask giving you this thing. You can even post questions to us. We will get back to you, even if we are not able to answer you right away, right now.
Yeah, Mr. Tirukumaran, we will get back to you on that Watson IoT
Okay.
part actually.
Okay.
Certainly, there are a lot of components are there, but
Okay.
this particular team more on Watson Assistant and Watson Discovery platform.
Yeah, sir. Good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is Dr. Vincent from PSN Engineering College. Sir, I think very nice, wonderful the presentation and as well as the demo given by the both. And I think the chatbot. I think in our PSNA college from IT department, where our student has taken uh, a project and using the IBM chatbot, using the IBM API, and they developed a bot for a admission process of the PSNA college technology. So we delivered some 30 minutes, and as they used in using the API, and we worked out, and we got it success and so on. But since it's a student project, so this is a engineering college, and a student is working on 1 week project, 2 week project, or summer project. Why API for especially the chatbot about the IBM, we are not the mentor and they had a difficult more than 100 text we could not be able to feed in the demo version, I suppose, demo version. And as well as then we tried with Google. We tried with the Google API, but it's a little bit complicated. And then the project was success, but we are not implement successfully. We complete the project and the demo for our college. It's nothing but a small admission process. Whatever the student is asking some question, and the chatbot will give the admission procedure for. So how this uh, how a student or the some tuition or anything, some innovative project can use IBM for any program for the university students or university colleges. IBM the company, it will become a very huge cost we have to pay. So for a student who is doing a final year, they do how it could proceed and how your IBM will help in this aspect. So many students are attending the session, so they will that and they will go through this. So throw lights on this. It will.
So, Mr. Vicent, I mean, your voice was not clear, but what we understood that with limited functionality available on a free trial, you could do limited stuff with the IBM Cloud. For anything advanced function, you have to have a subscription and some payment is required, IBM. So I
Yes.
don't know. Yeah.
You have any student collaborative that's any program with a student can use at least little bit better than uh, using of this stuff.
Yeah, I think Mr. Ganesan can comment on this because he's been
I
dealing
will
with.
I will come back to you, Mr. Vincent, on this.
IBM.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's a very nice. I think
Yeah.
the students are very much involving with the IBM all the stuffs which what you are talking about, and as for the AI and the data analytics also. We have a program, and the students are very much interested. Okay, sir. I think we'll discuss later. Please.
Right.
Any other questions, audience? There is a question from. Okay. IBM Cloud demo will be the good start. Yeah. From Ramsha, Ahmad, and Sugail answer the question. IBM Cloud demo will be good start.
IBM Cloud demo will be good start on that. Okay, and to be very honest, if you want to be in AI and data science, I would advise that Python is something that you should know, and you should know how to build some models, because even when you use IBM Watson or IBM or Watson Assistant or Discovery, you have to tweak things inside to be very specific. If you remember my enterprise AI slide, I said enterprise to enterprise things are little different. So if you try to apply some success that has happened in a banking sector, even the say for example, State Bank of India to HDFC, it might differ. Their data might be little different than State Bank of India, and you might not get that success. Okay, like for example, I was part of email classification of uh, of the state banks, because the customer service had to categorize it first to who it should go for resolution. So unless and until you are not able to tweak, okay, you will not be able to get 100% out of these tools. And to be very honest, you can build a career out of having mastering these tools. Okay, Python is a very basic you should know. Machine learning, you should know the basic concepts. Okay, and these tools, when you're using, you should know how you can tweak them to get most out of it. This is, I would suggest. But
Yeah.
start with the cloud demo and then move forward into other areas.
Yep, that's a very good suggestion, Suran. That's what I mentor everyone, whoever wants to learn about AI, and definitely there are a lot of good opportunities worldwide on AI, and many opportunities are around the world, and and you better like
Okay, there's another question over here. Can you please tell that what question or not, what
oh
qualities or knowledge should a student have if he wants to go to AI or data science? To be very honest, should I answer in typing or can I just speak
no, you can answer live.
live? Okay. So basically, to be very honest, you should have a very good aptitude or very good what do you call kind of there's a there, like there is an attitude with programmers that is they can sit and think on it or ponder on a problem without getting fed up of it unless it is solved. Okay, and whatever it takes to do that, if that kind of attitude you have, okay, then you can move forward in AI and data science. And problem is what, to be very honest, you have to get specialized into something. For example, when you're doing data science for agriculture, you need to also know the subject as well. You need to also deep dive into the subject to get more knowledge on agriculture to apply the knowledge better. Okay, so getting into data science is easy if you just need the right aptitude. Okay, your mathematics is good, you can understand mathematical correlations and things like that. You can understand the three dimensions. You can then do, those basic calculus, and these concepts are very fundamental to your machine learning. Okay, but they are basics. But when you go into higher functions, like when you are configuring hyperparameters of a model and all that thing, you will understand what I'm talking now might not make sense, but when you deep dive into these things, all all that bottom boils down to how much patience you have trying to solve a problem. Because I'll tell you, when you train a model, it takes maybe 2 to 3 days, or if the model is very complicated, even 15 days. Now you think, imagine in those 15 days, what are you going to do after you have applied some brains to a problem and you have tried to solve it? And what are you going to do in those 15 days? Okay, the qualities, like if say for example you have that aptitude, then the next quality that you require is building the data pipeline. Okay, how to extract the data, how to cleanse the data, because 99.9% of your work will go into this data cleaning. Okay, and data, getting the data right. Okay, because your model might be very simple, because uh, TensorFlow library or Watson library, or all these libraries, okay, they have ready-made functions to teach your AI to learn from the data. But if that data is not correct, or if that data has some bias, or the data is not appropriate, uh, the prediction will not be correct, and you will not be successful as a data scientist. So building the data pipeline is key, and having an eye on that. For example, you will not believe that I myself, when in the beginning, I was trying to recognize numbers. Okay, and I filled up around 50,000 different pictures of number 6, number 5, number 3, number 2, number 1. Okay. Uh, and I had around 600,000 images that I was training my data on. And you'll not believe, I was having some issues in some numbers getting recognized. Later on, I realized that I've mixed the numbers. You understand? So some images of 5 are in 6 and some images of 6 are in 5 folder, from where my program was picking up the data. So you have to be very careful when you're building the data pipeline. This is one of the uh, key capabilities that you will require, because building a model is relatively more easy than looking in and searching into the data and finding the fault or defect in your data and cleaning it is more tough. Okay, this is what I will advise, that a student should have basic mathematical skills, aptitude, data skills. Okay, if they are not there, build it up. Like, looking at CSVs, reading CSVs, converting them into graphs and understanding the graphs and things like that. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, there is another question also. What about R language?
R language is also very powerful. Okay, to be very honest, but we have not gone to the path of R. Okay, for simple reason that we wanted to focus on one language and learn it perfectly well and do it. Though we had some deviations, but what R can do, Python can do. So what Python can do, R can do. So choose one of the language and you can move forward with it. But what happens is, R is not supported everywhere. Okay, for example, if you might have noted, developing a runtime for an application, because what happens is, you can't just do data science in solid, in confinement. It has to be part of some application. You understand? Somebody has to use it through an application, correct? You can't just do data science and you can say, oh, it is predicting 5 4, and I'm happy. But it has to be part of some application. For example, number plate detection. We will use numbers detection through number plate detection. Now that number plate detection will be part of a higher application. Okay, some camera feed is coming from that. We are taking the images from there. So where I find R lacking is, that complete cycle can't be built with R. You understand? That's all. For doing data science or for just doing data analytics and this thing, it is very good.
Good. That's a very good answer. Thanks for that, Suhail. I think almost a lot of questions people did ask, and also the panelists too. Mr. Trikumaran, you want to say a few words before we close the session?
Yes, sir. Actually, this session was very informative. Mr. Sugail, Salif Ravi, and Razid all are presented very well. Really, our students are enjoying. All the participants are very actively participated in this event. So I thank all the speakers and organizer, especially Mr. Ganeshan sir. All of you, thank you on behalf of our New Horizon College of Engineering and Department of Computer Science Engineering. I thank all, and I also thank all the participants. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Trikumaran, for the support.
You,
and also, Mr. Vincent, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, sir. Thank you. It's a nice program, wonderful program. I think the students, they'll get benefit out of this, and I think they'll learn new things, new concept while doing the engineering program. Yeah, wonderful program, sir. Yeah.
It's always good to learn something new and understand about what's going on, and from the concept to the solution. That's what Mr. Sugail's the purpose of the discussion too. With this, I'd like to thank Mr. Sugail and his team, and also Rashid for the wonderful presentation, and also time spent on this with your busy schedule. I do know that you have been having a hectic schedule, and with that also, you came forward and provided this. And thank you very much for this. And certainly, we will have more discussion, going forward, from the industry side as well as the university side and the research side, on the Watson and other IBM technologies. Anything else, Mr. Rashid? You want to say a few words?
Yeah, just one or two words, not more, because I think the time is up. I just want to thank you and the other team members, Sohail and other his colleague, and also I want to tell you the for AI, the data is important. So what we call we say there is no AI without IA, information architect. So and underneath hardware is also important, because if you want to scale in production environment, so your hardware should support that. And that's why IBM gives you a platform, uh, IBM power servers with multiple CPU and GPU as well. So I want to tell you that if you are putting AI in production, so please ensure that you are scalable. You can scale your infrastructure as well along with when you grow. Otherwise, what happens? People do think very small, and they put it AI on the very small hardware, and then they are not able to scale later, and then the things go wrong, completely, and they have to rewrite everything and bring it to the where they can scale. So it's always think about that. If you are want to go big and you want to put it in production, then make sure your infrastructure is also supporting this kind of workload. So with that, I would like to close this, and thank you everybody for joining. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time and listening to us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for all the team, whoever provided the support and everything, and also the attendees, the participants who have been spending more than 60 minutes on a weekend. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to all.